The 10th word, resurrection and the hereafter. Note, the reasons for my writing these treatises in the form of metaphors, comparisons and stories are to facilitate comprehension and to show how rational, appropriate, well-founded and coherent are the truths of Islam. The meaning of the stories is contained in truths that conclude them. Each story is like an allusion pointing to its concluding truth. Therefore, they are not mere fictitious tales, but veritable truths.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فانظر إلى آثار رحمة الله كيف يحيي الأرض بعد موتها إن ذلك لمحيي الموتى وهو على كل شيء قدير.
In the name of Allah, the Merciful, the Compassionate, look then to the signs of Allah's mercy, how He restores life to the earth after its death. Verily, He it is who quickens the dead, for He is powerful over all things. Brother, if you wish for a discussion of resurrection and the hereafter in simple and common language, in a straightforward style, then listen to the following comparison, together with my own soul. Once, 2 men were travelling through a land as beautiful as paradise. By that land we intend the world. Looking around them, they saw that everyone had left open the door of his home and his shop and was not paying attention to guarding it. Money and property were readily accessible, without anyone to claim them. One of the 2 travellers grasped hold of all that he fancied, stealing it and usurping it. Following his inclinations, he committed every kind of injustice and abomination. None of the people of that land moved to stop him, but his friend said to him, "What are you doing? You will be punished, and I will be dragged into misfortune along with you. All this property belongs to the state." The people of this land, including even the children, are all soldiers or government servants. It is because they are at present civilians that they are not interfering with you. But the laws here are strict. The king has installed telephones everywhere, and his agents are everywhere. Go quickly and try to settle the matter. But the empty-headed man said in his obstinacy, "No, it is not state property. It belongs instead to some endowment, and has no clear or obvious owner. Everyone can make use of it as he sees fit. I see no reason to deny myself the use of these fine things. I will not believe they belong to anyone unless I see him with my own eyes." He continued to speak in this way, with much philosophical sophistry, and an earnest discussion took place between them. First the empty-headed man said, "Who is the king here? I can't see him." And then his friend replied, "Every village must have a headman. Every needle must have a manufacturer and craftsman. And, as you know, every letter must be written by someone. How then can it be that so extremely well-ordered a kingdom should have no ruler? And how can so much wealth have no owner, when every hour a train arrives and is filled with precious and artful gifts, as if coming from the realm of the unseen?" Footnote number 2. Train indicates the cycle of a year. Indeed, every spring is a carload of provisions coming from the realm of the unseen. And all the announcements and proclamations, all the seals and stamps found on all those goods, all the coins and the flags waving in every corner of the kingdom, can they be without an owner? It seems you have studied foreign languages a little and are unable to read this Islamic script. In addition, you refuse to ask those who are able to read it. Come now, let me read to you the king's supreme decree." The empty-headed man then retorted, "Well, let us suppose there is a king. What harm can he suffer from the minute use I am making of all his wealth? Will his treasury decrease on account of it? In any event, I can see nothing here resembling prison or punishment." His friend replied, "This land that you see is a manoeuvring ground. It is, in addition, an exhibition of his wonderful royal arts. Then again, it may be regarded as a temporary hospice, one devoid of foundations. Do you not see that every day one caravan arrives as another departs and vanishes? It is being constantly emptied and filled. Soon the whole land will be changed. Its inhabitants will depart for another and more lasting realm. There everyone will be either rewarded or punished in accordance with his services. That treacherous, empty-headed one retorted rebelliously, "I don't believe it. Is it at all possible that a whole land should perish and be transferred to another realm?" His faithful friend then replied, "Since you are so obstinate and rebellious, come, let me demonstrate to you, with 12 out of the innumerable proofs available, that there is a supreme tribunal, a realm of reward and generosity, and a realm of punishment and incarceration, and that just as this world is partially emptied every day, so too a day shall come when it will be totally emptied and destroyed." First aspect: is it at all possible that in any kingdom, and particularly so splendid a kingdom as this, there should be no reward for those who serve obediently, and no punishment for those who rebel? Reward and punishment are virtually non-existent here. There must therefore be a supreme tribunal somewhere else. Second aspect: look at the organisation and administration of this kingdom. See how everyone, including the poorest and the weakest, is provided with perfect and ornate sustenance. The best care is taken of the sick. Royal and delicious foods, dishes, jewel-encrusted decorations, embroidered garments, splendid feasts are all to be found here. See how everyone pays due attention to his duties, with the exception of empty-headed people such as yourself. No one transgresses his bounds by as much as an inch. The greatest of all men is engaged in modest and obedient service, with an attitude of fear and awe. The ruler of this kingdom must possess, then, great generosity and all-embracing compassion, as well as, at the same time, great dignity, exalted awesomeness and honour. Now, generosity requires liberality. Compassion cannot dispense with beneficence, and awesomeness and honour make it imperative that the discourteous be chastised. But not even a thousandth part of what the generosity and awesomeness require is to be seen in this realm. The oppressor retains his power, and the oppressed his humiliation. As they both depart and migrate from this realm, their affairs are, then, left to the same supreme tribunal of which we speak. Third aspect: see with what lofty wisdom and ordering affairs are managed, and with what true justice and balance transactions are effected. Now a wise polity requires that those who seek refuge under the protecting wing of the state should receive favour, and justice demands that the rights of subjects be preserved, so that the splendour of the state should not suffer. But here in this land, not a thousandth part of the requirements of such wisdom and justice is fulfilled. For example, empty-headed people such as yourself usually leave this realm unpunished. So again we say, matters are postponed for the consideration of a supreme